Now, next to the stage are the Perth Wildcats, a team that found a lot of success on the road and are arguably playing their best basketball at the right time. And with Coach John Rillie away on Boomers duty, thankfully Jesse Wagstaff begged to come along. So please welcome to the stage Jesse Wagstaff and Kristian Doolittle. Fellas, thank you so much for joining us. Wags, I know you're laughing, but you are preparing again for yet another postseason, and I think it's safe to say you guys are peaking at the right time.
Yeah, it's really exciting, right? This is why the teams line up in September, and to give you a chance at a championship. So obviously there's 6 teams left, and as I said, it's why you play, and it's an exciting time.
Kristian, you guys had a really good back end of the season. It seemed like you guys were rolling, clicking on all cylinders. What was the thing that impressed you most about how you guys approached the game?
I feel like not every game was the same. I feel like we won in a lot of different ways, just by like the difference in opponents. I feel like every team requires something different to win, and I feel like we were able to figure it out while not maintaining our identity on the offensive side, and I feel like we were able to execute, and I feel like we just made shots at a high clip, and so I feel like we're pretty tough to beat when that happens.
I think a part of the growth of your team is Elijah Pepper, Ben Henschel as that backcourt. When David Duke Jr. went out, those guys stepped up. What have you made of the growth of those two guys this season, and how important are they when you enter play-in and postseason?
Yeah, they were very important to our success, and they will remain that way, for the remainder of the season. For us to win a championship, I feel like they'll have to have high contributions on offense. Just make timely shots for us. I feel like whenever they're on, I feel like it gives, the defense kind of has to pick their poison on what they want to take away, because they have to respect everybody on the floor.
Jesse, last night we saw KD rewarded as a third in MVP voting, tied, All-NBL first team. What's it like to see him rewarded for the season he's had thus far?
Yeah, look, I remember when Duke came into the team, I don't know how many years ago it was now, but I think instantly you could tell what he could bring. I remember his kind of strength and composure when driving the ball. I think the first time I guarded him was impressive, and he's just continued to grow, right? I think his versatility in terms of who he can defend. I think he can legitimately defend 1 through 5 in this league, and also his versatility on offense, right? Like he's kind of like a mismatch just sitting there, right? He's kind of too strong for a lot of 4s, and and 3s, and too quick for a lot of 4s and 5s. So he's just an interesting matchup, and he continues to grow. And I think I'm privileged that I can see the work he does in kind of day in, day out in terms of taking care of his body and doing the work and getting his shots up, and so it's nice to see him get that reward.
You have this playing game against the Phoenix. It's a team that you've had a lot of success with going up against over the course of this season. What do you feel like the part of the matchup that is advantageous to you guys in a matchup like that?
Look, I think the games have been close. I think the record's 3-1, but I mean the record really means nothing right now, right? It sounds so cliche, but it's a new season, right? Like it's completely new territory. So yeah, look, as I said, they've got a hell of a roster, right? And I think they play at a really high level, and Josh got them playing at a really good level. So it'll be an exceptionally tough matchup.
What's the challenge going into a FIBA break without your head coach?
Oh, look, we got a great assistant coach and a great assistant coaching staff, and a great support staff, and I think we handled it really well last time. It's a tough situation, right? You want to stay game ready and game shape, but you also don't want to overdo it, right? So I think every team does it a bit differently, but at the same time, it's the same goal, right? To stay game ready and on point, but at the same time, not just flog us to death, right? So it's an interesting balance, but as I said, we've got a great assistant coaching staff who know the ship very well. Obviously, we're here for a couple of days, and then we get a few practices in. We've got our own awards dinner on Friday or Saturday, something, one day. So you lose another day there, and then we've got another day of travel. So, it's not a crazy amount of practices that we have, but as I said, I'm sure the assistant coaching staff are all over it.
Jess, you've had so much success throughout your career. What does it mean to you to be back in the playoffs late in your career like this?
Well, as I said to start off with, right? Like this is why you play, right? For a shot at a championship. Every team, 10 of us line up in September and say, the ultimate goal is a championship, and to still be in that hunt, come late Feb is a privilege, right? So, it's a long road, right? There's a lot of water going to the bridge, and a lot of hard work to do, but hopefully we can be there in the end, and hopefully the end goal is to raise that championship. But as I said, it's why you play, and it's kind of what keeps you going.
Are you personally treating it like your last one?
Mate, I've been treating my last one for the last 10 years. Mate, I have no idea, right? Like, yeah, we'll take it as they come.
Any tricks up your sleeve? Another dunk?
No chance. Worst thing I ever did.
Kristian, knowing that you guys did the hard work and now you give yourself a double shot, how do you maintain edge going into this game? It's human nature just to be like, okay, we're on the road. If things get difficult, we've got another game back in Perth. How do you avoid that type of mindset?
I don't think that's anybody's mindset per se. I feel like, we want to win every game that we play. So we're going to give Southeast all of our attention, all of the effort that requires to win that game and, see what happens.
And you obviously have shown that from the second half of the season onwards, you're one of the top 3 or 4 players in the league. What do you put that down to? Is it just getting used to a new team? Is it just the feel of the season? Why does that seem to be the trend?
Shots went in.
We like that.
Yeah, I feel like it was just more film study, extra shots, more work. I feel like that's just the solution to everything. I feel like all the shots I was missing at the beginning of the year, I just repped those until I couldn't miss them anymore, and so they started to go in during the game.
Interstate question next.
Yeah, I'll jump in quickly. Jess, Hopey just said that you're late in your career. I don't know if you are. Are you, based on how you're playing right now?
I've been late in my career, as I said, for the last 10 years. So, yeah, definitely late in my career.
Kristian, I want to ask you about Jesse, because I'm not silly enough to ask him this question. But in your time, I don't know if you've seen him play better or look like he's moving better. Could you sum up what you think of how important he's been late in this season in the run that you've made as a team?
I guess it's the best I've seen him move. But he's been very important for us. I feel like he's a stable piece to where it gives the defense a different look. Him being able to space the 4 and playing the 5, it creates opening in the paint. And if teams don't respect him, he's going to knock down the 3 ball. So, he's an aggressive hedger, loves to red ball screens. And so, he just gives us, oh yeah, my bad. He doesn't red ball screens. No, he just gives us a different look. I feel like on offensive defense, and provides a spark off the bench to where he can single-handedly change the game around. And I feel like, we all feed off that momentum that he creates.
And Jess, how proud are you that you've made this run with a very young and local backcourt with Hetty and Pep stepping up? What's it been like to see their development and how they've been able to grab their opportunities?
Yeah, look, we just touched on them before. They've been great. I think, me personally, I kind of forget how young they are. Benny's been around the program in a while, and even when he was, a youngster in high school, he was still kind of around the program. So I've seen him for a number of years, and you kind of, really forget how young they are. So to see his growth and has been great, and obviously Pep as well has been really good, phenomenal in recent weeks, right? Like he's shooting the ball at a high clip. Obviously his way with the Boomers, well deserved, but shooting the ball at a high clip. But he's doing some little stuff as well that I think probably goes unnoticed too. He's a big, stocky, guard that can get on the glass as well. I think defensively he's also underrated. So, they've been great, and Drew alluded to it before that, they're a huge part of what we do, even with Juki coming back. So, they're a vital piece of the puzzle.
Well, thank you both very much. Safe travels. Good luck, and we'll see you back next Wednesday.
Thanks, man.